Okay, so I'm going on for my first live on YouTube here. I'm doing it through Riverside. So if I kind of feel a little, it looks like I'm a little bit out of the element, I'm just figuring this system out now. But it's pretty handy little unit here. So basically, what I wanted to do is hop on this live here because I'm going to be doing a 14-day challenge to start the new year out right with my school group. And so basically, what the challenge is it's going to be for men who want better energy, better focus, and a leaner body by fixing insulin resistance with simple habits for real life. So basically, the challenge is just going to be a 14-day challenge. So it's going to be over the course of 14 days, and it's going to have five different like tasks you need to do for each day. And so what I call it is a power list. So you'll be doing five different things each day that's going to help you kind of build new habits and that kind of thing for the new year to for better health overall. So I'll in this live because I'm going to be doing this challenge alongside everyone in my group, that kind of thing. So basically, what I wanted to do is just come on here live each day and be able to kind of share the things that I'm doing for the challenge, stuff like that. Because I've been doing this type of stuff for quite a long time now. So I thought that it would be kind of helpful for people to see what I do during my day for to hit these different tasks that I've got set forth for you. And so I'll be going over the tasks in a moment. So I'll get there in a sec. But I figured that if I went live each day, kind of shared what I'm doing, stuff like that, it would kind of help everyone with this kind of thing. So basically, it's got the five different tasks. So the first task is you're going to pick a meal plan. So I've got three different levels of a meal plan, and the way the meal plan that I kind of stick to is a ketogenic, low carb meal plan. And so that's the way I eat. That's what's going to give us the results that we're looking for here. And so I have three different levels for that. I've got the strict, which is under 25 grams of carbs. I've got the moderate, which is under 50 grams of carbs, and I got the liberal, which is under 100 grams of carbs. So there's no wrong like plan here. Uh, every one of them is gonna get you somewhere. So, but for the like 14-day challenge, what I'm asking is just to pick one and just stick to it. And so, in the school group that I have, I'll have a link in the description, so you'll be able to join us over in the school group. But you'll have a PDF that you can download, and it'll be food lists, a meal plan, ideas, and stuff for the different levels that you decide to do. So I usually recommend people to go on the strict. That's the one I'm going to be following for this challenge, just because you're going to get faster results and it's just going to get better outcomes for you. But like I said, there's no wrong way to do this. Like you can start with the liberal if you think the other ones are a little bit like overwhelming you, because if there's a lot of people, what I found is like because carbs are so widely available, especially refined carbs and like sugars, those are the things that you want to get out of your diet most. But basically, have it all laid out in the school group, so it'll make a lot more sense to be able to follow through, and then you'll have access to myself and a bunch of people in the group. But that's the first one. So you'll stick to the meal plan for the day. At the end of the day, you just mark it off. I'm using an app on my phone. It's called the Four. So basically, I have all the tasks for the day right there. So I can just at the end of the day just click off. I stuck to my meal plan. So that's the first task. And then the next one is the hydration piece. So the reason why I wanted to emphasize hydration, because number one, most people don't drink enough water during the day, so that's number one. Number two is when you're getting into a low carb or ketogenic diet, uh, there's going to be an adaptation phase where your body is burning glucose to be able to burn fat. Because a lot of people, if you're eating carbs all day for every meal, you're not going to be metabolically flexible. And basically, what that means is your body's ability to be able to switch over from burning glucose to burning fat. And so a lot of people are just burning glucose, not as their primary fuel source. They don't have the ability to switch back and forth. But when you get onto a low carb or a ketogenic diet, your body starts to adapt to burning fat. And then you've probably heard of something called the keto flu. And so basically, another reason for the hydration is if you're keeping yourself hydrated, you're drinking enough water, you're adding in electrolytes, which is part of the hydration piece, then you'll be able to, in most cases, bypass the keto flu. So you won't be feeling the headaches, the lower energy, maybe irritability, stuff like that, you'll be able to bypass it if you got your electrolytes right and your hydration. And so basically the way that I came up with the amount of water that I'm drinking for the day is I took my body weight, so I'm 185 pounds, and I divided that by two, so that's 92.5. And so that's 92.5 ounces. So what that works out to, because I don't go by ounces, I go by liters. It's just under 3 liters. But then I do a lot of working out and I sweat a lot and stuff, so I just rounded it up to 3 liters. So that's how I got my daily water intake. So yours might be different based on that, but that'll be in. There's going to be a downloadable PDF that you'll have access to when you get into the group, and it'll kind of walk you through all that kind of stuff. So it'll be super clear. And then there's electrolytes. So usually what I do, because I end up like I salt my food and stuff, and like when your body adapts, you won't need to emphasize this as much as you do in the beginning. It's more important in the beginning because I can just get by with just salting my food with. I use Baja Gold organic sea salt, and I can just get by with that. I do use an electrolyte supplement. So what I use is something called BioSteel, and so that's sweetened with stevia, so it's not sugar. And then it also is a BCAA as well, so that's a branched chain amino acid, as well as it has a pretty good electrolyte profile um, on that as well. But you don't have to choose that. Like there's a bunch of different ways, and again, it's on the meal plans and the food lists. It'll give you different like electrolytes that you can use. So again, salt for the sodium, the organic Baja Gold sea salt has a little bit of magnesium and a little bit of potassium, but you can get that through a little bit in your diet as well. But then the couple electrolytes that are recommended on the meal plans are something called Relight and Elementi. I don't know if you've heard of that. You might not even need to supplement there, but it's really good to kind of get something in that regard, because like I said, then you can bypass like feeling shitty with the keto flu part of it. So that's the second task for the day. The third task is going to be the sleep piece, because sleep is super important. I used to not care about sleep. I used to be a commercial crab fisherman, so we would barely ever sleep at all. We'd work more hours in a day for a shift. So like we'd have 40 hour work shifts, stuff like that. And then we'd sleep maybe 2 hours, and then we'd go back the next day. And this would go on for months and months and months. So I was just all about like the just grind and just grit my teeth and bear it and just push through. But what I've found is like after I got out of the commercial crab fishing and I was actually able to get a proper sleep routine in, I noticed a huge difference in everything, like in my energy, in my thinking ability, in my irritability, and like my mood. So with sleep, there's a lot of different things that you can do for sleep to be able to optimize it and get it on point. But just I want to keep things super simple for the challenge. So I chose something that I thought would be the highest point of leverage for people to get their sleep on point. And so what that is basically choosing a consistent bedtime and a consistent wake up time. So the way that's going to look, and what I've chosen for myself, is I go to bed at 9 o'clock. So that doesn't mean like I fell asleep by 9. What that means to me is I'm in my bed ready to go to sleep by 9, because it can take a while to fall asleep. Like last night, for whatever reason, it took forever for me to fall asleep. Usually I fall asleep right away. But you're in your bed ready to go to bed by the time you chose to go to bed. And then your wake up time, for me, it's 4:30 in the morning. And so I wake up at that time, and I'm not the type of person who presses snooze or anything. So I can just set my alarm for 4:30 and be able and just get up out of bed at that time. That's not a problem for me. I'm really good with that. But I know some people do need to press snooze, and are people that do the snooze button. And so if that is you, pick your time in the morning, and then what I suggest is just setting some extra time, so you're able to press snooze to the actual time that you chose to wake up for the sake of this challenge. And I would say it would be good, like just to continue that on, but for the sake of the challenge, because another piece of the challenge is if you don't hit one of these tasks for the day, so you lose the day, then you have to restart from square one. And so that's a good and bad thing, because like yeah, you have to start from day number one again because you didn't do the task. But on the other hand, you're going to be able to reflect on like why you lost the day. So like if you didn't hit your carb intake, like you ate more carbs than you were supposed to, or didn't eat something on the meal plan. Say for example, you went to the grocery store and you went there, you were absolutely starving, and you saw one of your favorite chocolate bars. It was on sale right by the till. You end up buying it and eating it on the way home, and you're like, oh damn, like I didn't stick to my plan, so I failed the day. But then you can think like, okay, so what caused me to fail the day? Well, I went to the grocery store starving. So next time, and when you're going through the challenge again, whenever you go to the grocery store, you're going to make sure you're not going and you're super hungry, right? So that's just an example. Or like even with the sleep piece, you kept pressing snooze until past the time you told yourself you're going to wake up. Um, then you can go back and be like, okay, well, maybe I need to set the alarm earlier so I can press snooze the same amount of times and wake up at the time I told myself that I would wake up. And so that's another thing. But then another thing that like just comes up for me when talking about that is you got to be honest with yourself, because you can just like lie and just pretend that you stuck to the plan. But that's just going to ruin your confidence, because you're going to know that you lied to yourself, even if you want to pretend that you are stuck to it. So that's another important piece, is just being honest with it. And then the next task here is movement. So I kept this really open ended because I know we're all starting at different spots, stuff like that. So like my form of movement that I'm going to choose for the challenge is going to be different than maybe somebody else's, because what I'm going to be doing for the challenge is like I go and I walk my dog every single morning. And so maybe for you, because you don't have too much activity in your life, maybe a morning walk is the form of movement that you're going to do. For me, that's not something that would work for me here, because I'm already doing a training program stuff, and maybe I'm a little bit further along in my fitness journey than maybe you are, and that's fine. So for me, I ended up setting out my training routine for the 14 days, just so I know exactly what I'm going to do. So I've got a push pull leg day for a gym workout, and then I'm doing running for the other days. Um, and I'm not going to count as walking my dog as part of my daily movement, but that's just me, right? So if the movement that you want to do is just walking, or maybe you just want to do some yoga or whatever, like just getting your heart rate up, that's all that matters, because we're not looking at intensity here. We're just looking at consistency. So you just want to be able to show up every single day to do some movement that you weren't doing before, um, and add it into your day. And again, this is like a challenge, so you're going to be wanting to push yourself a little bit more than you think you can do. But at the end of the day, like I said, go for a walk after dinner, go for a walk after breakfast, something like that. And then the fifth task here for this is going to be the accountability piece. So this is where you're going to need to be in the group for it, because I'm going to have a check-in thread uh, that has a template that you can check in with us. You're going to go over the diet plan that you chose, so like either the strict, moderate, or liberal, and you're going to share that with the group. And then you're going to let us know if it was a win, if you got all your tasks done, or if you ended up losing. And so if you lost, then you're going to share with the group why you lost and what you learned from the loss, right? So that way, like you can learn yourself, but then you can also teach the group and show us maybe something that we didn't think about, or something that might help us continue the challenge. So basically, those are the tasks that I put forth for the challenge. And again, the group is free over on School. I'm going to make sure that the link is somewhere in the description. But I just wanted to hop on and just kind of, again, just I wanted to go live for every day of the challenge. And I haven't done the full day for the challenge yet, because this is the first day, January 1st. And so I just wanted to hop on and kind of let you know what the challenge was, that we do have a group that you're able to join, and it's free for now. Uh, so you can do that. And then, like I said before, I'm going to be going through kind of what I'm doing with the challenge, doing it live with you. So if you did have any questions, or you wanted clarification or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube video here. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this one. And then, so just stay tuned. Join me again tomorrow. I'm going to go over how today went. I'm just going to walk through like what my meal plan, like what I ate for the day, what I was able to do for my water, my sleep, and I'm just going to go through them just like that. Just check in, show up, be consistent, Because if I'm asking you guys to show up and be consistent, then I got to show up and be consistent myself. I got to lead from the front. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to share. I hope you got some value out of this. I hope that I see you join the group and come join us for this. And you don't feel like if you're watching this on a different day, like maybe this is January 6th or something like that, feel free to come and jump in with us. Okay. So you don't have to start from day one with us today. It's just open ended. We're going to be running this challenge. On It's not just a set day. I just happen to be doing it now because I know a lot of people set New Year's resolutions and they want to start on January 1st. So that's why I wanted to do that specifically on that day. Because I do know a lot of people end up pushing off different goals and stuff through the holidays, and they just want to set a set date on for a new year. So for some people that makes sense. Anyways, that's all I got for you today, and I'll be hopping on tomorrow. So be sure to tune in for that. Anyways, see you guys.